I don't think that's appropriate to like say like, hey, I'm Jayla, I'm trans. Like, I don't think that's important. If you're gonna either like me based off of my friendship and my personality rather than who I was or who I am as a person, I don't think that's important. But eventually when we get through conversation, I will mention it because I have nothing to hide. I'm proud of who I am, and you know, if we get to that conversation, I feel like it's appropriate to say so, I will. People aren't okay with this. This isn't, we're just not introducing it to people, and you can't expect everybody to be okay with it. To be called an entertainer, because I think drag queen is considered like a job, and mostly like just men do drag, they take it all off. This is me every day, so I would consider myself an entertainer rather than be a drag queen. Like RuPaul would be like a drag queen, and like someone like me would be an entertainer, because RuPaul lives his life as a man, and you know, that flip-flop kafama. Oh yeah, it gets tiring. It gets so exhausting because you're like double booking yourself, and you're traveling, and you're doing all this craziness, and you're coming down from that excitement with the audience. It's just, it gets really overwhelming over a while. But at the end of the day, when you perform and you hear people cheering and stuff, you know what you really came here for, and you kind of get out of that depressing mode and just like kind of have fun with them. I'm coming from a new city, and nobody really knew who I was prior, and I barely knew who I was. And just performing and stuff, I knew that this is a drag eat drag world. So you got to be either on top of your game with it or just fall in the background. And I'm not a background type person. I've always known. It was just I had the freedom and the finances to do so as I got independent and got out of my situation. So I mean, it's always been there, and that's what justice with any trans person. If you know for a fact this is something that you want to do, it's nothing that just pops up in your head one day. It's always been something that you felt. But when you get to that place in your life where you can do something so great like this, why not take it? So that's why I kind of like came in and snatched it. But I respect everyone in the same time, because it's like I said, it's not that serious. Like, something can happen to me today and I could not be Jayla anymore, like, you know, something. But I'm grateful for my come up, and I've never been given anything, and I don't plan on it. It's not enough room to hate on the next bitch. It's pay your dues and don't make this your life. And I say that because drag is not promised, performing is not promised. You're hot one day and can be like solid shit the next, and you never know. And you never know when you need somebody, so you got to be nice to everybody you encounter, whether you're performing as a cast member or a hot spot, or you know, not even get paid at all. You got to be nice to everybody you encounter, because you never know when you need them. But hey, and have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. It's just drag. Here we're gonna say happy fucking birthday, and for the bride we're gonna say I'm sorry. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Drag is a profession. It's a job. Trans is a way of life. That's it. Drag, you get paid to do it. You get a check for it. Trans, you can't take it off. You are who you are, and that's it, and you live by that. And drag is just a character. It's like playing dress up for a couple of hours, make a few dollars, and get your check, and you hit it. Trans is, at the end of the day, you are who you are. I'm Jayla, and that's it.
that like to hit the club and hold up the wall. Tonight I wanna see you with your hands in the air when the beat drops. Just wanna see you shake your derriere. Tonight it's gonna be.
Nobody's trying to be better than the next bitch. Everybody's here to make money, pretty much. We're all here to put on a good show and give everyone the same experience. So when it comes down to having like issues, it shouldn't be any, because we're all like different entertainers, and you want that variety in a show. You don't want all drag queens, or you don't want all trans girls. You want to mix it up for everybody's taste, because you never, that's the whole point of a show.
My name's Brittany Moore, and I'm a middle-aged transgendered woman, and I'm an independent hairdresser. And there's a lot of people now that I see that are entertaining in their 50s and 60s, and they've created nothing for themselves to fall back on. And I think, that's a crazy thing. And, if you want a great quality of life, I think you've got to have something to fall back on. And there are some young entertainers that have made a great career. Things have changed now than when I started. There's TV now, and there's videos, and there's so many different parts of the entertainment that it's been opened up to female impersonators. So I think that, some may not need anything to fall back on. They may make a decent living for quite some time, but I'm grateful that I can do hair. I was already androgynous, so it was easy. They were just to demystify people's perception of what I should and shouldn't be. It was easy to transition. If you're gonna be a transgender woman, it has nothing to do with entertainment. So you can be an awesome, good-looking man that makes a beautiful woman and does great shows. One, I don't think has anything to do with the other. Some are more believable and pretty on stage and some aren't. I think a lot of times people think that the way you look on stage is the way you're gonna walk around in the street, and I think it's totally the opposite. Like we applied for an apartment yesterday, and the lady had been to the shows at Mary's, and then she'd seen me out. She was totally confused. She didn't know one was who, one was the other, and how it mixed together. All American Goddess was my baby, and it was something I always wanted to be a national title holder ever since I started doing shows, and that was my first big pageant that I won, and so it meant a lot to me. And it took me a minute to figure out how to win it, but when on the third time I figured it out, and I traveled the country, I did some great things, so I was grateful. I love getting in it, and I love to get out of it. Meaning I love getting dressed up and get made up, and at the end of the night I can't wait to get it off my face and put all my stuff away and get out. But I think that that for me, if you've ever seen my show, it's all feathers and rhinestones, and everything is over the top and large and big, and that's what I know as female impersonators. They're now, again, the business has changed. A lot of it is more gone towards fashion and, hair and makeup, and then people forget about the costuming, and our show is for 90% straight audience. They come to see the glitz and the glamour and the show and the dancing and the productions and things like that. So, that's what I like about it. I've been blessed that this is my bread and butter. This is what pays my bills. If I'm entertaining, a lot of times, money for costumes and things come from this, they don't come from that. Sometimes entertainment doesn't pay, but now that I'm at I don't want it to come across the wrong way, but the level of an entertainer that I've become has become financially a little bit lucrative for me in a way. So, but I when I'm all said and done, I just want to do hair.
Unless you kiss them in the mouth, keep that in mind. Don't you suck it, fuck it, ain't gay unless you kiss them. I ain't 29, I'm 59.
On behalf of the food, the drag, and staff here at Hamburger Mary's, thank you guys so much. We do this every Tuesday through Sunday, so make sure you guys make some reservations. Eat, drink, and be...